I never believed surveillance footage could feel alive until the night I reviewed the tapes from the abandoned apartment building on Greenwich Street. The place had been empty for years. No tenants, no electricity, no reason for the cameras to still be running. Yet somehow, the hard drive I found behind the security desk was warm. At first, the footage looked normal. Dust floating through hallways, doors slightly open, shadows stretching when clouds passed the moon. Hours of nothing. I almost turned it off. Then I noticed something wrong. On camera 3, the timestamp showed 2:17 a.m., a time when I clearly remembered standing inside that hallway myself, flashlight shaking in my hand. But the hallway on screen was empty. I leaned closer. The footage rewound on its own. This time, at the far end of the corridor, a figure stood motionless, tall, thin, facing directly toward the camera. It didn't move. I paused the video, zoomed in. The face was blurred, not by motion, but as if reality itself refused to show it. Except for the eyes. They were sharp, aware. I felt something cold crawl up my spine when I realized the figure was wearing my jacket. Same tear on the left sleeve. Same dirt stain near the pocket. I laughed nervously, convincing myself it was coincidence. Then the audio track activated. Soft breathing filled the room, not from the hallway, from behind the camera. Camera 3 suddenly switched angles. Now, it showed the stairwell. I watched myself enter the frame, confused, scanning the darkness, but the person behind the camera wasn't recording me. It was watching something standing right behind me. A shape peeled itself from the shadows. Its movement was wrong, delayed, like it was catching up to reality. My on-screen self froze. The thing leaned close to his ear and whispered something I couldn't hear. The time stamp jumped forward. 2:19 a.m. The hallway was empty again. No figure, no me, just one detail that made my stomach drop. On the wall, written slowly as if with a finger dipped in ash, were the words, "You left too early." I shut the laptop. The room went silent. Then I heard it. Soft breathing, right behind me.
Everyone in my town started reacting to someone I couldn't see. It began subtly. People would step aside on the sidewalk, apologize to empty space, or hold doors open for no one. At first, I thought it was some kind of inside joke, maybe a prank. Maybe mass hysteria. Then my coworker asked me why I kept interrupting him. I was confused. I hadn't said anything. He stared at the space beside me and said, "I'm talking to him." I laughed. Nobody else did. Over the next few days, it became impossible to ignore. Cashiers waited for him to finish paying. Drivers slowed down as if someone was crossing the street next to me. In every photo, there was a second outline beside me. Not a reflection, not a shadow. A shape blurred just enough that it felt intentional.
The letter arrived on a Tuesday, printed on thin gray paper with the city seal pressed too lightly, as if it had already been used once before. It informed me that my residency status had been updated. No explanation, no phone number, just a line at the bottom asking me to verify my absence. I assumed it was a mistake. Clerical errors happen. I went to city records during my lunch break, took a number, and waited under fluorescent lights that hummed like tired insects. When my turn came, the clerk typed my name, paused, and frowned. "There's no record of you," she said. I laughed. I showed her my ID. She scanned it, frowned deeper, and slid it back across the counter as if it were counterfeit. "This document isn't valid," she said. "You were removed last night." Removed from what? She didn't answer. She called security. Outside, my phone buzzed. A notification from my bank. Account not found. My apartment key card no longer worked. The grocery store scanner rejected my card and asked the cashier to confirm customer presence. People began to hesitate around me, not in fear, more like confusion, the way you hesitate before stepping around a puddle you're not sure is real. I went home and searched my email. Messages from friends still existed, but my replies were gone. In group photos online, there was an empty space where I remembered standing. Not blurred, just missing. That night, another letter slid under my door. Same gray paper, same faint seal. It thanked me for my cooperation. It explained politely that the city was at capacity. I tried to scream, but my voice felt administrative, filed away somewhere. I tried to call emergency services, but the call wouldn't place. The screen displayed a simple message: request denied, subject not registered. The final line of the letter was a suggestion, not a threat. If you remain still, the process will complete faster. In the morning, the sunlight passed through me strangely, like I wasn't quite an obstruction anymore. By afternoon, even the mirror stopped recognizing me. The city had made room.